the Bruce.
Don't let the transparent bodywork fool you. There's more to this robot than meets the eye. With a top speed of 4 miles an hour and weighing in at 84.6 kilos, Robot the Bruce is one of tonight's heaviest contenders.
Robot ears, stand by.
And the final team to take on the gauntlet, Robot the Bruce with George Francis and Mick Cutter. They both fly model aeroplanes.
3, 2, 1, activate.
Robot the Bruce in its sexy see-through gear. Very heavy, 84.6 kilos, driven by a team. They call themselves the Village Idiots. They're no idiots, they're very clever electric engineers. Look at the power. No weapons there, just brute force.
It's our robot the Bruce.
As you can see, the robot is built with no special armaments. We're purely relying on a lot of weight. We're in the heavyweight category, and just brute power and a lot of traction and push people out of the way.
Great strength. George Francis, the driver, is building a single-engine aeroplane driven by a car engine. It's a bit of a worry, but this isn't worrying. That's strong. Good run. They're through.
Stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
Is dead metal our scorpion goalkeeper, shaking with fear. Don't forget the ball. Don't forget the ball. That's a little bit more like it. Oh, good save by Dead Metal. Get it away. Magnificent stuff. There's big Dreadnought in there. And Robot the Bruce, with that sheer power, through to the edge of the goal area. Can he get the last chance? The keeper's beaten. Go on, go on. It's there.
Knows how with a see-through box.
There we are. Robot ears, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
Robot the Bruce with George Francis and Mick Cutter against Wedgehog with Chris Glaser and Hugo Elias. Sheer brute force against the toothpick. It could all be over very, very quickly. He's on the grill. I don't think he's going to get out of there. Are you sure, taking on a grill with that thing? And the house robots are closing in for the kill as well. The sergeant with the circular saw. Shunt is in there too. There's the saw blade. I don't think they're going to get out. Matilda's in, looking for a few scraps, as usual. Shunt takes on Robot the Bruce, but I think it's too little too late. Robot the Bruce is the winner! High pressure flipper, zero turning circle, and the desired, of course, chaos.
I'm George, this is Ian, and his son Richard. This is our robot, Chaos 2. We're representing England in the internationals.
And the main features of our robot are a very powerful flipper which can throw robots right up into the air. It's got very powerful motors, it goes very quickly, and it's got high traction.
From the Czech Republic, Kilohertz.
The pickaxe weapon has interchangeable heads. It's the heaviest in the World Championships at 83.1 kilos. Took 5 months and £2,000 to build, but it's high. Can be easily flipped.
Hi, he's Dominic.
And he's John.
This is our robot, Kilohertz. Nice big powerful axe, even more powerful axe this year. Titanium cutting blade at the front end. And this is our new driver.
We're representing the Czech Republic because I'm half Czech. This is our slogan here. Marš šlupatý pupíček.
It actually means you have a hairy tummy button.
Robot ears, stand by.
Chaos 2, much fancied in the pits, let me tell you. George Francis at the controls there. And Kilohertz with Dominic Parkinson on the right and his rather tenuous links with the Czech Republic. In the interest of international relations, though, he's flying that flag with his hairy tummy button. Interesting, all the facts you know about the Robot Wars competitors, isn't it? I wonder who's got the hairiest tummy button in the Chaos 2 team. One dreads to think. Now, Kilohertz just manoeuvring itself to come in on the attack on Chaos 2. Ooh, that hammer looks very, very punishing. Moving away. And this is very, very active here at the moment now. Kilohertz again to try and manoeuvre to get a run in and then slam that hammer down. Good driving, though, by George Francis, taking Chaos 2 out of danger's way. Out of harm's reach. Well, there's no use slamming the kilohertz hammer down on the arena floor like some woodpecker maddened with rage. But now Chaos 2 is between Shunt and kilohertz, and again had to get out of the way of those two mighty axes coming swinging down. There's the Czech team, and Chaos 2 know they're in trouble here. And this isn't the way people in the pits thought this battle would go. Chaos 2 sustaining real damage, look at that! The CO2 canister's been pierced by Shunt. Now that will take any power out of the main weapon of Chaos 2, the high-pressure flip, I'm sure. Meanwhile, kilohertz also taking damage from Shunt, just controlling itself and getting away. There still seems to be power in the Chaos 2 weapon to me. We'll wait and see. It's in the CPZ. It needs to get out of there now. Oh, kilohertz is flipped up on its side. This is amazing stuff. Great stuff. This is the sort of stuff we actually dream about in the Robot Wars team. I know. Frightening, isn't it? Rather spooky and sad too. And here's Chaos 2 trying to get away from kilohertz. Kilohertz is on its back. Oh, lovely. Lovely. You can see the belly of kilohertz. Oh, kilohertz, the wheels spinning. They're trying to right themselves. They can't. They're out. They're immobilized. It's Chaos 2 and George Francis who go through. The kilohertz team out from the Czech Republic. Even though, at that point, when the CO2 canister was burst, it seemed that Chaos 2 would be heading out. Honed steel edge to it. George Francis at the controls of Chaos 2.
1. Activate.
This a real crunch. Two robots with a great deal of respect in the pits. Especially Razor for that claw weapon. And Chaos 2 nearly flipping Razor up. Chaos 2 can get up to 20 miles an hour. Is nippy, very manoeuvrable, and George Francis is one of the best controllers in the history of Robot Wars. But Razor already puncturing once again the CO2 gas canister in the main engine compartment of Chaos 2 has gone, and with it has the power of the weapon gone also. That is a mighty weapon. The beak of Razor. The squeeze ability. Is that a tattered ribbon on the side of Chaos 2? A tattered battle flag, a reminder of previous victories. Because that is all they'll be left with, I'm sure now. Memories of victories in the past. This is dead metal and the circular saw and the great scorpion-like pincers at the front. Now they have Chaos 2, and it is a matter of time. Ooh! That is a terrible scar. Well, he's a magnificent driver of a robot, is George Francis. He gets great advice from Ian Swan and young Richard in the team as well, but their future in the Robot Wars World Championship is limited to that. In the pit. Cease. Well, Chaos drive. All three teams together in the one cabin. Suicidal Tendencies on the left. There's big Stuart Pearson of Spikosaurus and Carl Skinner of Stinger. Dominator 2, the Cambridgeshire team. They all work together. And Kilohertz, the reigning domestic champions, Chaos 2. There's George Francis on the right-hand side. Kilohertz in the middle. Dominator 2 on the left.
3, 2, 1.
This is going to be chaos. Good luck, everyone. There's Chaos 2 immediately on the attack. Dominator 2 in there as well with a big action. Dominator 2 flipped up on its side by Suicidal Tendencies. Suicidal Tendencies nearly went over at the same time. Let's have a look at it again. Chaos 2 in the midst of it all. Up went Dominator 2 and over. Suicidal Tendencies very nearly flicked up, but don't forget, it can work both sides up the track. Suicidal Tendencies, there's Kilohertz with its axe as well. You can see Bash retreating into its CPZ, and why not? Stinger with the axe in there as well. Chaos 2 with the CO2-powered battering ram. Dominator 2's okay. Whoa, there's the reigning champions, Chaos 2 slamming in on Suicidal Tendencies. Kilohertz is in there as well. Here comes Dominator 2, bottom of your picture. Now it seems to me that Spikosaurus is in a little bit of trouble, but okay now. Goodness me, look at that. There's Spikosaurus in there. You've got Chaos 2 as well. Dominator 2, the bottom of your picture. Stinger doing its own thing as it's wont to do. That's Spikosaurus in major trouble. seems to be that Kilohertz is holding on. Tendencies comes in. Stinger now under threat from Chaos 2. Turning away. And Spikosaurus has been impaled by the axe of Kilohertz. Kilohertz 2! Flicked over by Dominator 2. Axe to axe. Metal to metal. Bash and crash. Smash. What is happening out there? The hopes and dreams about to be scuttled have won in the Annihilator. It's Kilohertz up on its side and bounce. And just about came down okay, using its axe to right itself. Almost Kilohertz. Then in goes Spikosaurus. Kilohertz. Okay now, Stinger in with a slam on Chaos 2. Chaos 2 in underneath Kilohertz again. They think Kilohertz is the vulnerable machine. Chaos 2 against the arena wall and is impaled, is it? Can George Francis get that flipper off? Well, Dominator 2, a little nudge helped out. The object, boys, is to destroy each other. I wonder if Dominator 2 will rue that little bit of friendship. Look at the crashing of the axes. The flipper there. You've got suicidal tendencies trundling. Once again, Kilohertz trying to right itself into the CPZ, flicked in there by Chaos 2. And so far for me, Kilohertz has been the most punished robot. It's into the CPZ, it's stuck in there. And Kilohertz trying to flick, trying to turn itself over with that pneumatically powered axe. But Kilohertz in major trouble. Chaos 2 comes in with a slam. And bam! And Kilohertz 2, I think, is going to be first to go in the Annihilator. Each round, one crashes out, piggyback up on Chaos 2 as it immobilised for 30 seconds or more. If it goes to the judges, the rest of them just staying out of trouble. Bash comes in for a look. There's Dominator 2 with the pickaxe. This Stinger loves a little bit of a rumble and a tussle. Sometimes I don't know what the Stinger boys are doing. I don't think they know what they're doing either. Dominator 2 out there, Chaos 2 as well. Kilohertz, well, back in the thick of the action. And we still have all 6 competing. Chaos 2 takes punishment right through the front flipper there from Dominator 2. The wheels of the Dominator spin, but Chaos 2 is in all sorts of problems now. Top of the picture, Spikosaurus. And suicidal tendency. In comes Dominator again. And suddenly it's the Chaos top seeds, the reigning UK champions, who are up against it. Now we've got to push and shove. At top of the picture, they've Dominator 2 and Spikosaurus. Kilohertz, I thought they were out, but they're back in really in the thick of things. So are Chaos 2 now. You've got the house robots into play in that CPZ. Look at this, a real tug of war here, and still they battle on bravely. Not one machine will give up, but Chaos 2 has taken unprecedented damage from the axe of Kilohertz. Look at this again, it's Dominator 2 inflicting punishment. 1 and 2, and the Perspex comes off the bat there of Chaos 2, which means now, of course, the machinery, the very heart of Chaos, is vulnerable to attack. Dominator 2 lifts that Perspex lid up like some grisly scalp trophy. Chaos 2, they're all after the reigning UK champions, it seems. They're ganging up. Get rid of the strongest machine, get rid of the favourite. We'll gang up and we'll see who goes through. Dominator 2 in space, about to come in for an attack, but Chaos 2. George Francis, I don't think he knows what's hit him. You've now got Shunt in there to create more damage. Stinger, the axe comes battering down on Shunt, but it's Chaos 2. All of a sudden, the likely machine to go out of the first stage of the Great Annihilator, the northern section. In goes Spikosaurus to try and push suicidal tendencies out of the melee, out of the mayhem. Chaos 2 is their movement, is their life. Goodness me.
From Holton St Mary, Steel Avenger.
Hi, I'm John, this is Jackie, and this is Tony, and this is our robot, the Steel Avenger. And we're back for the 5th Wars this year, and we're hoping to go further and do better than before. And this year we've made some improvements. We've got a bigger ram inside, which fires the axe. The ram delivers 500 pounds of thrust. We've got a new uprighting mechanism, which is these 2 arms that come out, and they're joined to a lifter, which is our second weapon for this year. It can easily lift 100 kilos, so we're hoping to do some damage this year.
Roboteers, stand by.
Chaos 2, twice a series champion and also a grand finalist in Series 2. There's the Steel Avenger team, never before beyond the heats. Sergeant Bash. A long-range weapon is the main strength. And my favourite, you all know that, the gorgeous Matilda.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
This for a place in the heat final. Can anyone stop Chaos 2's rampage to glory once again? The Steel Avenger, not with form like that. Flipped up onto their side. In comes Chaos again. More power. The bigger CO2 bottle. Steel Avenger using its 3-men. The self-righting mechanism, abbreviated in the Robot Wars lexicon to 3-men. Onto its side. Can they get up and over again? Another buffeting and a bashing from Chaos 2. Brilliantly controlled as ever by George Francis. On the attack. Once and twice and thrice. The Steel Avenger. All chrome and shiny steel. But all that glitters is not gold, perhaps, for John and Jackie Willoughby and Tony Bates, because already they're up against it. There's John at the controls. They turn. They try perhaps wedging underneath Chaos 2. Wrong tactics. Chaos 2 lifts. It comes thundering down this 100-kilo machine, the Steel Avenger. Can get up to 15-mile-an-hour top speeds. Once again, though, that 2-centimetre ground clearance is the Achilles heel. I thought it might be right at the start of the programme, because there you can see Chaos 2 can get in underneath, and if it can get that flipper underneath the Steel Avenger again, that close to doing a sidewall, the Avenger could be out. Created history in Series 3 of Robot Wars by flipping Firestorm out of the arena, first ever robot to do so, and there they go! The Steel Avenger, I thought that's the way it was going to end, and even they loved it. Systematically pushed towards the arena sidewall, and in the end, over and out. Style of Chaos 2 to go straight onto the attack, and it's done so again! Slamming into Exterminator, that is 99 kilos of robot! Chaos 2 has just tossed simply into the air. Look at this! Bang! Slam! Exterminator can right itself, thankfully, using the side prods there, and also the axe weaponry. Chaos 2, another little flip, using the fire extinguisher powered CO2 flipper, which seems to me to be in some trouble now. Can they close that flipper down? George Francis frantically trying. I don't think he can. I think it's stuck. An Exterminator has sensed something is wrong here with the all-powerful Chaos 2. And the axe weapon of Exterminator has got a hold on Chaos 2. And George Francis basically here, well, basically, as Robot Wars Tactics will tell you, is running away. That's what he's doing. George Francis, he comes back on the attack, and he knows he's got to stay out of trouble. I think the weapon... No, it's not. It's not in position. Now is it, I wonder? It's come down, but the Exterminator boys know they've got a real chance here. Chaos 2 flipping Exterminator over again in fine style, so the weapon's okay now. It did jam. Is it jammed again? The crowd know where they want Exterminator to go. This is Shunt with the bulldozer. I wonder if Exterminator here is immobilised. Shunt pushing this giant of a robot across the war zone floor. The ref bot having a check. Exterminator, what a bright start, and Chaos 2 was wobbling, it was on the ropes, but I think Exterminator is counted out. What a shame. Matilda can come and have some fun, and Shunt as well. Well, it doesn't matter that it's self-righted now because it has been counted out by the ref bot. The contest is over. Chaos 2, just to add insult to injury, has flipped Exterminator into the flywheel of Matilda. Look at this. And look at the pieces literally being ripped away from the frame of Exterminator there. Torn apart. Tornado on the right, Chaos on the left-hand side. Oh! Chaos 2 has flipped itself! Up and over! Well, they came in there with an attack that was too premature and not judged. A rare mistake by George Francis, and Shunt is out after the kill, and Tornado senses that perhaps an upset victory could be on the cards here, and a place in the All-Stars final. Tornado has his fan club. I must admit, I've been a growing fan here on the evidence of what we've seen in Extreme so far. And George Francis on the back foot throughout this semi-final because of that early mistake. They came in, they mistimed the flipper, and all of a sudden, he's got work to do here to gain points back if it should go to a judges. Is that flipper stuck open now? We've seen it before. When it gets stuck, could be problems. No, I think they're okay. But Tornado once again doing the pushing. And don't forget, this time around, Tornado has that blade in front, that circular drum saw. Chaos 2 with a great flip. Tornado's up and over. It's invertible. Come on, both ways up. Driving Chaos 2 back into the CPZ again. Here comes Dead Metal with the pincers. It's got Chaos 2 in its grip. Trying to flip and get out of that CPZ. Tremendous battle. Down comes the saw here of Dead Metal. Onto the flipper of Chaos 2. A concerted effort by Tornado to get in underneath there. Look, trying to rip the heart out of Chaos 2. Staying out of the way of Dead Metal and also shut the red foot. You just saw how they advanced. Chaos 2 in real trouble here. Could this be a first ever defeat for Chaos 2? This version of George Francis's veteran machine trying to get it away and out of danger. Tornado on the attack. They can sense victory here. They're after Chaos 2. Hunting, harrying, chasing into the CPZ. Good tactics there by Tornado. Oh, Dead Metal's got the wrong one. I don't think he should have been able to do that because Chaos 2 was forced into the CPZ by Tornado. Dead Metal got the wrong robot. They should have attacked Chaos 2. Well, that is very interesting because the whole tide could be turned now with Tornado up on its side. The ref bot is going in to have a look. Let's see what he can do. Tornado unfairly pinned onto the arena sidewall. No, this is not right. Shunt is going in there and having a go at Tornado. Very much on top here. The ref bot quite rightly seeing what he can do here. Almost to right Tornado, I would have said. And right or wrong, it was a wrong. And that's quite correct. Well done, the referee. And Tornado back in play. Ooh, they don't like that, but it's correct. It was a good decision. Chaos 2, though. Senses perhaps it could have turned things round here. There was the flip on Tornado. Look at the dents, the scratches. The damage caused to Chaos 2. I don't think George Francis has ever been in a battle like this. Tornado on the drive again. They've recovered their senses. In underneath. Piggyback for Chaos 2. Against the arena wall. They're up on top of Tornado now. It is relentless, Tornado. It drives, turns, drives again. Push, shove. Brilliant stuff. It'll on.
Hi, we're Chaos 2 team. This is Richard, Ian, and I'm George. And if you know anything at all about Robot Wars, you already know who we are.
Can whip up a storm with a vertically mounted 2,000 RPM 15 kilo spinning disc and push all day long, and is very well controlled, dogged in pursuit too.
Hi, my name's Andrew Marchant. This is Brian Moss. This is David Gamble. We are Team Tornado. Remember how we pushed all the other robots around last year? Well, we're going to do the same this year because we have this. Everybody, beware.
Our house robots in the arena. Dead Metal at 112 kilos, heavy and powerful. And alongside, Shunt, 105 kilos, slightly lighter but no less powerful with the push.
Puppeteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1.
Another terrific battle in prospect between these two mighty robots. And again, Tornado with a push. Chaos 2 back in that CPZ again. This is where it got into trouble in the All-Stars semi-final. Chaos 2 out to prowl, though, this time. Patched up a little bit, perhaps, dented and bruised. But fierce once again. Tornado is simply relentless. And what can George Francis do here? He hasn't managed to use the flipper against Tornado, but he does against Shunt. Hey, get off my back, Shunt, he's saying here. Look at this. You're nagging me. Get out of my face, man. Shunt on the side and almost out of the arena. Chaos 2, side by side with Tornado. That's good driving by Tornado. But you see, Chaos 2 can flip, but Tornado's invertible. Can be flipped and still rolling. Still menacing. Still on the attack. We want to get side on because there you can see the drum here, the circular sort of drum saw can eat away at the side of Chaos 2. Chaos 2 does not want to be caught broadside. Dead Metal comes out of the CPZ. Are we heading for another defeat here for Chaos 2? Are we heading for a new chapter in the history of Robot Wars? A new hierarchy to be created because Chaos 2 is in trouble again. Shunt with a bulldozer and the axe. No great damage caused though to Chaos 2. Well armoured. George Francis trying to get them out of the CPZ and go on the attack because he knows his time is ticking away here. If it goes to a judge, they are behind. In this challenge belt match. The belt is held by Tornado, of course. They have one belt for all time. There's a little flip from Chaos 2, but it's on a house robot. It is not against Tornado. They can push Shunt around all they want to. It's splendid to see. Look at this. In underneath. The CO2 pneumatic flipper. It is one of the most powerful in Robot Wars. But we have seen a vulnerability about Chaos 2 this time. The Robo-Ref going in to have a look at Shunt to make sure he's okay. Once again, Chaos 2 attacking Shunt. Tornado, meanwhile, is out of trouble, out of range, holding its distance. This is all very splendid for George Francis, but I'm not too sure if he's point scoring here. Where is Tornado while all this is going on? He's aggressive. Chaos 2 being aggressive, but almost suicidally so, because look, Dead Metal Saw is in there. And again, Tornado more restrained and controlled. Now with a nudge on Dead Metal, trying to help Chaos 2 out, perhaps. Brothers in time of need. Andrew Marchant at the controls. Brian Moss, the weapon operator with the long hair. Tornado spins away. And it's Chaos 2 being counted out again by the ref bot. A flip or two. The flipping heck. Chaos 2 has been beaten again. That is sensational. Well, the king is dead. Long live the king, perhaps. Chaos 2 ceased. Will it ever be as strong again?
Roboteers, stand by.
Battling against each other and our house robots like Sir Killalot. Seemingly invincible, it is! And alongside him, Sergeant Bash with that flamethrower and the pincers.
3, 2, 1.
So it's Britain against the States, against Italy, against Germany, and immediately Chaos 2 on the attack and throwing Mastiff over. Oh, look at that, though! It's self-righted immediately. That's Ansgar defending against Manta with a circular storm once again. Chaos 2 tries to flip Mastiff, the first fighting machine ever to come out of Italy, and well designed, but it's hit the pit release button there, top of the picture. You heard the siren, the pit is descending. One of these robots could go into it now. And Chaos 2 tried to nudge Mastiff towards that pit, and Chaos 2 have driven themselves in. Oh, what a major surprise. One of the favourites for the World Championships. They're out. Chaos 2 flopped in the heat in the previous World Championships, and they've gone again. And so's the Mastiff. They're in as well. Which leaves just the two. A major surprise here. Manta of the United States of America, Ansgar of Germany. And it looks as if it's going to be Manta all the way. The team have been friends for 10 years. Jeff Chesnick, Billy Bowden and Chris Tyson. And they've nudged Ansgar onto the angle grinder at the side there of the arena. Pushing it along the side wall onto the flame pit. The crowd clearly think Manta here are on top, and they are. And Ansgar are being counted out, immobilised. The ref bot counts them down. This is an absolute stunner in the first heat of the World Championships. Manta go through to the semi-finals. Taking up the challenge of 2 against 1. The winner of Series 4, the winners of Series 3. Bigger rams than before. They kick harder. The flipper has more push and power. Truly chaotic.
From Holland, Alien Disruptor.
They say the top has the shape of a woman's back. Strange woman. The tail's made of spring steel blades with a harpoon point, inspired by the film Alien.
From Belgium, Philippa.
Looks like a beastly silver fish with a lifting nose and tail. 24 volts give the power, just under the 100 kilo weight limit. The robot of Philippe Poppe and Nancy Poppe.
Roboteers, stand by.
The Low Countries competitors, Alien Destructor from Holland and Philippa from Belgium. Kees Seeking and Frank Lam, the Dutch team, and Philippe Nancy and Sam Poppe from Belgium, and Chaos 2 with George Francis, the reigning British champion. And of course they competed against 2 house robots, Shunt with the piercing axe and the bulldozer ram, and Dead Metal with the scorpion pincers. Shows the green lights, and Chaos 2 immediately does battle with Philippa. Oh, and tosses 99.9 kilos straight into the air. Alien Disruptor spinning in the background. Philippa comes back on the attack. Chaos 2 looking to raise that CO2-powered pneumatic flipper, and again, taking on Philippa, taking on one at a time here. Chaos 2, great frontal assault, look at that for power. And the silverfish goes swimming in the big pool of Robot Wars Extreme against the big fish. Chaos 2, a shark amongst robots. But the Alien Destructor is a reminder of what the Netherlands can do. There goes Philippa. And also the Alien Destructor, which can run either way up. Bottom has the same shape as a skeleton. What's Dead Metal doing in there? Shouldn't really come in at that stage, I wouldn't have thought. Refbot, have a word. Chaos 2 being nudged around by Philippa. Maybe Dead Metal there is just saying, hang on, 2 against 1, I'll even up the score. But George Francis and Chaos 2, I don't think will probably need any help. There goes Philippa. Look at the great gash underneath there in Philippa. A huge, great ravine cut out of the bottom of Philippa. There's bits of metal all over the arena floor now. Chaos 2, just beyond the great steam vent. That's Philippa turned turtle. Bent and crumpled. Alien Destructor seems almost welded on there. Philippa, well, that's what Nazi Popo wanted to show. The Streamec, the self-riding mechanism, but the Refbot is counting out here. The Belgian machine. They're out. They're immobilised. There's the red card. So the Popes are popped off and away and out of this international crunch match, leaving just the Alien Destructor and Philippa to be destroyed. And on the left, and there on the left-hand side, Destructosaur, Captain Ricardo de Felice, and Mighty Mouse, captained by Trevor Wright. In the arena for the House Robots, Sir Killalot with a blinking eye, so deadly and menacing, and Sergeant Bash with the flamethrower.
3, 2, 1, activate.
Chaos 2 seeds 5 for this series of Robot Wars, and immediately getting that flipper to work, but turning themselves over. They can self-right and in splendid fashion. The team most at risk out there now is Destructosaur, the barrel-shaped robot. They're trying to self-right, and meanwhile, Iron gone! Look at that for an attack by Chaos 2, and yet another robot is flipped out of the arena completely by George Francis and the flippability factor of Chaos 2. So many robots are modelled on his design. Chaos 2, sleek, mean, and a very damaging machine. Surely Destructosaur is out as well. They didn't really have any sort of a run. They were turned turtle in the opening seconds of this four-way melee, and Mighty Mouse, which has done absolutely nothing, I think is heading through to the second round of this heat. It needs now to avoid any sort of damage. Go on, run away, Mighty Mouse. Don't get anywhere near Chaos 2. How powerful is that Mighty Mouse tail, by the way? Have a look. Oh, it's frightening. Look at the damage that tail can cause. Just imagine, it has the power of a feather. Mighty Mouse, go on, squeak away to safety. Stay away from Chaos. Boo, Chaos 2, boo! Don't you touch our little mouse. Stay away. Oh, Mighty Mouse! What's happening now? Destructosaur has moved exactly nowhere there at the top of your picture. Mighty Mouse, I think Chaos 2 might have been a little bit kind on them, but we know already that Iron 2 is out of the arena, and finally they're going to count out Destructosaur, the Refbot. Splendid stuff. Mighty Mouse is heading through. Would you believe it? Destructosaur out and Chaos 2 predictably through. And Destructosaur's a punishment for doing absolutely nothing in Robot Wars Series 6 is about to be seen. On the floor flipper. Very, very heavy, actually. I don't know how the flipper's going to work here. Oh, big barrel of lard. Over it goes. They told me it looked a little bit like a tortoise or a dinosaur. Yeah, dinosaurs are extinct. Oh, that was a mighty shove. Crashed down. Rolled away, but out. Dented as well in the side. With the heavy hammer.
3, 2, 1.
Message here, don't mix it with the house robots. Chaos 2 immediately on the attack on Crush Station. Well, they were having an argument and a Barney and a bit of a rant and a rage about the claws. Ian Bisser, good rant-a-claws. That's good. Well, maybe not. Crush Station being dragged across the arena floor by Chaos 2. Oh, Chaos is on its side! This really would be a turn-up for the book because Crustacean is not fighting at its full capability, we know that. And look at Chaos 2, twice UK champion on its side. Using the flipper to self-right. The inbuilt SREMEC self-righting mechanism. George Francis at the controls. Captain, driver, weapons operator, self-employed electronics engineer by trade. But his machine is in peril here. Crustacean. And little Dominic looks on. What a great fight this is! Digging down on the front spikes of Chaos 2 to gain purchase on the arena floor, literally trying to force with 84 kilos of weight Crustacean across the floor. But I think Chaos 2 at 84 kilos is lightweight, to be honest. Nowadays for Robot Wars, if Crustacean can get in underneath, they could literally toss Chaos 2 out of the arena. But Chaos has come back strongly now. They're dancing together. Crustacean, can they rise from the depths of the pool of Robot Wars machines that have never quite made it to the heights of those that have gone on to great success? Down goes the pit of oblivion. Oh, Crustacean very, very close! Oh dear, and they crab sideways back down into the pool and the pit of oblivion.
Danto Mikhail. Chaos 2. Roboteers, stand by.
There's young Dan on the right-hand side, after whom Dan Tom Keir is named, with his dad Michael and Stephen Gadsby in there, and Chaos 2, George Francis, Ian Swan and young Richards. Shunt is in the arena for the House Robots for this heat final. The winners go into the series semi-final. And alongside Shunt, why, the irrepressible, charming Sir Killalot.
3, 2, 1.
Just a quick reminder, George Francis with Chaos 2 has never failed to reach the series semi-final. And immediately on the attack on Dan Tom Keir. Naive and inexperienced driving there, I thought, from Dan Tom Keir. They exposed themselves for Chaos 2 to get in underneath and flick, but both flick themselves up and over there, and in comes Shunted to the CPZ. Who's going to ride themselves first? Dan Tom Keir springing and jumping, so Killalot comes out. Chaos 2 is on the arena sidewall here. We've got some drama in that CPZ, I can tell you. Dan Tom Keir, OK, they're first up and away, and they'll come in now with a full frontal slam on Chaos 2. Chaos 2 trying to flip themselves. Now they have a limited CO2 supply, don't forget. They can't keep trying to right themselves, Chaos 2, and use that flipper. Dan Tom Keir, and they're out, over and out. Chaos 2 have gone. For the first time ever, that machine has failed to reach a series semi-final. And Dan Tom Keir, Michael Lambert, Daniel his son, Stephen Gadsby, brilliant. Dan Tom Keir through to the series semi. What a performance, what a machine. This could go all the way. Very resolute. Righted themselves, then came in underneath. 84 kilos of Chaos 2, a well-timed thrust, the flick, and they were out. And together in the pod, Chaos 2 there on the left, George Francis, Ian Swan, Richard Swan and 13 Black, John and Tasha Denny and Richard Morris. In the arena, Mr. Psycho, gruesome as ever, and also fighting for the House Robots, Shunt.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, were 13 Blacks spinning their weaponry before Activate was sounded? Did they try and get a little advantage there, I wonder? Razor comes in and immediately stops one of those roulette blades spinning. Chaos 2 can get the flipper to work, but cannot hoist the combined weight of Razor and 13 Black. I'll remind you of the rules. One robot falls at this stage. 2 survive to the second round of today's show. Will it be Razor surviving? Brilliantly self-righting after that flip from Chaos. They landed right way up on those killer wheels. Were they lucky, or was it superb driving? It was a great attack by Chaos, and once again Razor got the grips on 13 Black, and once again Razor, by doing so, have just opened themselves up to a flip by Chaos. But Chaos cannot lift 192 kilos of combined Razor and 13 Black. Razor very much here on the scent of 13 Black. Chaos comes in, something's come off Razor. something, it's one of the arms. They use those to pirouette in self-right, Razor, and look at the attack of Chaos too. And it was 13 Black Spinning Blade that ripped one of those arms away. Now, will Razor be able to self-right at the world champions here? In real trouble. Twice world champions. Chaos 2, twice previously UK champions. After all, we're talking all-stars here. Razor and Chaos 2, have they been immobilised? Razor has a look and a crumple, and in goes the beak and pierces Chaos 2's armament. They know the weak spots of Chaos 2. So many battles over the years. Is it time for Chaos to go back to the drawing board and replan George Francis there on the right? Because your machine is in dire peril. Being lifted up by Razor, 13 Black, top of your picture, staying out of trouble, but I think did well early on here. Could be a surprise factor in these All-Star Championships. Don't forget, you'll see the climax, the All-Star final later on. Firestorm already there. And the ref bot counting down and counting out a sad looking Chaos 2. Out they go. The lights are blinking, George Francis. But there's no one at home. Oh no! Ignominy. Infamy. What's going to happen? Will the crushing hammer of Psycho come down, or will it be the floor flipper? It is! Chaos 2, over and out in the All-Stars Championship. Oh, not the hammer now, surely. Ooh! What was not flat before is now mighty. There's the bit release button, activated by Shunt, perhaps just to put Chaos 2 out of its misery. Mr. Psycho has you in its claw. That just gives you some sense of Psycho's size out there. He is immense. It's just a mere bauble, a toy in the grip of Psycho. I wonder if that's the last time we'll see Chaos 2 in that format. Maybe the end of an era here.